Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back. And my Christmas tree is also back. Thank you so much. She has glowed up and a lot of you have appreciated that she's doing things. Like she's showing her full potential right now, okay? She is doing it. And let me show you something else. I have a candle burning. So am I officially a YouTube beauty guru? I think so. I will await my certificate of participation in the mail. Thank you so much. Because you know what? I am trying my best, okay? So anyway, we are here with another... That was loud. Was that loud for you guys? I hope not. So we are here for another episode of my dating beauty brand series. But this one has a little bit of a twist to it. I'm gonna go through the brands, but I also want to ask you guys for your input because I want to get some dialogue going and let's see if we can come to a satisfactory conclusion. Satisfactory conclusion. Listen, words. Ooh, child. So this video is gonna be all about second chance brands. Brands that were given a second chance. We kicked them to the curb like originally because they were just like a hot mess, okay? They were not living up to what we desired and we were like, I can't deal with this foolishness anymore, and we kicked them to the curb. Now they've come back, they've kind of grown up, they've matured, they've tried to make changes and show you that they're a better person, and I want to know if we are ready to give them a second chance, okay? So first up, I'm gonna go in hard, okay? Wow, it's the dating series, so we're going in hard. It is what it is. So first up, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. What do you guys think of this? Should we give Jaclyn a second chance? Here's the thing. Jaclyn has not released anything from her cosmetics brand for the entire year of 2020, which kudos to her. She's showing that, you know what, I am sitting back, I'm evaluating things, I'm trying to give you guys the best product, or maybe that's just the impression she's trying to create for us. So, you know, the whole fiasco that happened with her lipsticks where there was hair in the lipsticks and then she came up with these little excuses like, oh, they were using like fabric gloves and it was a whole situation, right? But she couldn't quite explain what happened, and then she had said that, oh, we're gonna do a full investigation, like I have hired labs to test out the products and tell us what went wrong and what's in the actual products. But after claiming that she spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this investigation, there was nothing released. There's always an investigation with Jaclyn, okay? Her Morphe Vault collection, there's a whole investigation because the palettes were quarantined, right? Next thing we know, they're still sending out the old palettes or versions of the old palettes because they still had the same packaging as the old one. It was a whole thing, okay? Here's the thing. There's always something going on with any release from Jaclyn Hill, whether it's a collaboration with another brand or her own brand. And she said that she's gonna release tons of new products in the new year, like she's been working hard, and I'm like, are we giving her a second chance? I know other brands have done worse and people have not canceled them. So are we canceling Jaclyn Hill, or are we interested to see what she has coming out? Personally, I'm gonna watch and see because, okay, I have a confession. Are you ready? I did pick up one of the highlighter palettes. I know, you're probably like, what? Maybe I did speak about this before, but I picked up one of the highlighter palettes and I must say, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. This is beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. I think it could have been a little slimmer, a little sleeker, but the powders are kind of baked, so they are raised in the pan, so you kind of need a little bit more of a domed lid to make sure that they don't get smushed. But she also has like her name on the side. Like, did I need all of this thickness? I did not. You could have reduced this packaging a bit, okay? We did not need it to be so huge. We need it to be big for some things, but not makeup palettes, okay? So this highlighter palette, I will admit, this was stunning. The one I have is the Flare. I will admit, I went in stores, because there's a Morphe store in one of my malls, and I swatched it and I was like, shut your mouth. I don't even care if it's Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. It's beautiful. Give it to me. And I don't really have anything against Jaclyn Hill, except for the fact that she only uploads when she has something to sell, which I guess is just the name of the game now with these brand owners. But there's so many other brand owners that release videos consistently on their YouTube channel. But I think she's just an Instagrammer now because she's always on Instagram Live. She's been doing better though. She's she's released videos here and there on her channel, and she seems to be like renewing hope in her. Like people are falling in love with her again because I think she's doing like cooking videos. I have not watched any of her videos this year. I'm just not interested. I see them in my feed and I'm like, I'm still subscribed, but I'm not watching anything. So are we giving her a second chance? I personally am open to see what she does. I'm trying to see the products to see if there's anything that I want to try out, and if they're in a Morphe store and I can see them in store, I might go check them out. I might not buy anything, but I am definitely gonna keep an eye out. All right, next up, one that so many people canceled, so much so that the owner had to step the hell down. Kat Von D and KVD Vegan Beauty doing good vegan beauty and vitamins and minerals and sunscreen. So KVD Vegan Beauty. So this brand started under Kat Von D. It was her name, KVD, are her initials, okay? It started out as Kat Von D Cosmetics, right? It's her brand. It's under the Kendo umbrella for Sephora. And most of her products had a lot of her artistic flair in them, from the packaging to the color selections. They were edgy, they were different, and people love that about them, right? Until Miss Kat Von D decided to go ahead and talk about how she's not vaccinating her kid. And she was kind of pushing the anti-vax agenda, and a lot of people were like, oh hell no. Especially now, look at what's happening now with this pandemic. There's a vaccine. Are you taking the vaccine? You know what? I'm not even gonna start it. But the point is, anti-vaxxers are gonna be the ones that are gonna be the detriment of our society because they don't want to vaccinate because they're worried about what's in the vaccine. Listen, y'all are snorting things up your nose and eating God knows what at these fast food restaurants, and you're worried about what's in this vaccine. Listen, there's so many dangerous things that you're putting inside your body. We're not even going to talk about the unprotected sex, right? But there's so many things that you're putting inside your body and you're worried about the vaccination. You know what? That's neither here nor there. The point is, that's what started her demise, okay? She started out with the anti, and she really like doubled down on that, and people were just boycotting the brand left and right, so much so that she finally stepped down as the face of the brand. And I think it was confirmed that Kendo actually bought out her stock option, so she is no longer profiting from the brand. She's no longer part of the creative process, and now they've rebranded to KVD Vegan Beauty. They tried to like skate by the KVD not being Kat Von D's initials. Oh no, that's not what it means. It means caring and kindness and vegan and doing good and just being awesome. And I'm like, y'all should have just kept it pushing and said, yes, we understand that KVD stands for Kat Von D, but we are rebranding, but we're keeping the KVD design just so we can use the same aesthetic and stuff. Y'all should have just said that. People would have like, all right, I guess, you know? But are we giving them a second chance? Here's the thing. They've released things since her departure, and they have been really trash. So you know whoever's behind the creative decisions now, they don't know what they're doing, from the palette designs to the color stories to the products that are actually coming out. I mean, she was starting to release real trash products anyway. Like there was a gold liquid thing that I forget what it was. It was like a gold, was it liquid? Was it a liquid eyeshadow or was it a highlighter? I forget, but her products, like in the last of her days, were not that good anyway. So now I'm just like, I don't care about Kat Von D. I got the little drip primer, you know, the primer water thing that they released. It's okay, but it didn't like blow me away. Like I expected it to be awesome, but it's really not. So I'm like, am I really gonna try anything else from them right now? Unless they come out with something that's like revolutionary, where I'm like, oh my god, what the hell, I have to try this? I'm probably not gonna try them out. The shake primer, you know, let me get it. This thing where you shake it and it has a dropper thing and it's a liquid and it's meant to be an eyeshadow primer. This I thought was different, and that's why I tried it out. So if they release something again like that that's innovative, I might try them out, but I'm not really interested so far. The direction that they're taking the brand is just like, I guess Kat Von D was there for a reason, because right now y'all are doing nothing, okay? Let me know if you're trying out KVD Vegan Beauty doing good. Next up, Lime Crime. Alright, so the start of the Lime Crime thing for me is back in the day. Remember, I've been in this beauty community for well over a decade now. I've been in the blogosphere, I've been a part of it, okay, in the forums and all these things. And Lime Crime had started out as like a pigment company, and they copied from like another mineral. The point is, okay, they were not like the original starter indie brand that they were claiming to be. They were just selling repackaged loose pigments, and they were called out for it. Now their liquid lipstick and all the other products since then have been their own formulation, I'm assuming, or whatever. But like, that's how it started, and they were called out for it, and they actually threatened lawsuits against a bunch of bloggers for calling them out on that. So that started out the bitter taste in my mouth for Lime Crime, right? But I've tried products from them. I've tried their liquid lipsticks. I think I have one shade left, and I have a couple of their palettes. But I am still like on the outs with them. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. They also had that data breach that they didn't handle well. It was like a whole thing, okay? There have been issues back and forth with the owner, Dodare, with her anti-Semitism and like other issues, and I'm just like, do I want to give them another chance? People have kind of been giving them more of a chance because Dodare has stepped back. She is not totally removed from the brand like Kat Von D was removed from KVD Vegan Doing Good. She is still a part of the brand. She is still benefiting and profiting from the brand, but she's not as integral, at least that's what they're claiming. She's not as integral in the creative process anymore, but she's still there, like, she's still there in their ears, so it's not like she's completely gone. So are we giving them a second chance? They released some okay products here or there that have not really intrigued me, and they're now in Ulta, so it's like you can see them in store. But you know what? I don't think they're innovative enough, and I don't think, you know what? No, I know what it is. My makeup style and tastes have changed quite a lot, and I am not necessarily into the loud and bold anymore. I mean, I am, you know, I do colorful looks, but I am more into like beautiful formulations rather than gimmicky, bright, loud packaging. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm giving Lime Crime a second chance because their products don't interest me. So I don't really give them a second look anymore, but let me know if we're giving Lime Crime a second chance. Next up, Morphe. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Morphe has just been this thorn in the beauty community's side for the longest. They came out first of all with their stock crown brushes and tried to pass them off as their own, and then, oh no, we didn't do that private labeling at all, and these cheap palettes that you can find on these other wholesale websites. And now they've kind of evolved into a retailer of sorts for indie brands and influencer brands, because they have a lot of influencer brands inside their stores. That's how they have Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and also Lunar Beauty and Jeffrette, okay? So they have these influencer indie brands in store, so you can go in and check them out. They have their own brand, and they have since expanded into their own formulations, I'm assuming. They do collaborations all the time, but to me they still always come off cheap. Their palettes look cheap. They even did a Lisa Frank palette that you would think I would be inclined to get because I love Lisa Frank. Like, that was my childhood, and well, not really my childhood, like high school levels, right? But still, I was intrigued by the packaging initially, and then they opened up the palette and it's like, oh, it's the same cheap Morphe packaging with like lipstick slapped on a pig, you know? So I don't know how I feel about Morphe. And then the Jeffree Star support thing that they were carrying on with, but they've since claimed to cut all commercial ties with him. I don't know what that means, but he's still in their store, still on their website, but I guess they're not gonna have the store openings with him anymore. I don't know, man. Morphe? I picked up a few of their brushes. I actually have a couple of their brushes that I like, but the majority of them are cheap and scratchy, and I've gotten rid of them because they're cheap and scratchy, and I'm a foodie type of person now. So there's nothing intriguing over there. The eyeshadow palettes, the formulations never wowed me. Their lip products are just cheap and plasticky. Their foundation, highlighter, contour, I don't even know what they got going on over there. I really don't care. So Morphe, I'm not giving them a second chance. Or you let me know. All right, moving on. Let's go. I have 3 more left, but I'm gonna go with the least controversial for now. Colourpop. Okay, Colourpop I had cut off because I was sick and tired of them doing all these releases non-stop, and then the whole fast fashion model for their brand I'm just not vibing with. I'm not feeling it, and I just can't be bothered with picking up their products because they discontinue things all the time. So it's like, by the time you get a palette, it's already outdated. Anybody who wants to get their hands on it can't get it anymore because they only made a small batch and they're not restocking. So it's like, why am I wasting my time and energy, right? And then they've been releasing these smaller palettes with glitter like nonstop. My chair is annoying me. If you see me throughout the video going up and down, it's because of my chair, okay? But Colourpop has just annoyed the hell out of me, and I haven't purchased from them in a while. But this is a brand that I am giving a second chance, and I've picked up a couple of their palettes. Now, the video that I did with Colourpop, I did 2 videos, I think. Yes, I did 2 videos with Colourpop products in them, and they didn't do well on my channel. So I'm thinking you guys aren't giving them a second chance. So maybe that's my hint to like do whatever I want to do with Colourpop, but like don't really focus on them because you guys aren't interested. So let me know if you guys are interested in Colourpop. Are you giving them a second chance? They do some cute things sometimes, some cute collections, but I'm like, I don't know. All right, moving on. Give me Glow Cosmetics. So in my last shopping block video, I spoke about the 2 palettes that they released for holiday, and I asked you guys if you're giving them a second chance. Here's the thing with Give Me Glow Cosmetics, okay? There was a whole thing that happened that I did not intend to happen. I didn't know it was gonna blow up like it did, but it did. So, you know? So I actually spoke about it in a previous dating brands video, which was the We Broke Up video. I'll link it over here so you can check it out. But it was pretty much that they didn't have swatches for darker skin, and people were asking them for years now to put swatches up on darker skin, right? And they'd reached out to me and asked me for prices and stuff, but they left me on red when I gave them my response. And I'm like, okay, I guess you know, I find that rude. Even if you're not gonna work with me and you're gonna work with somebody else, just say that. Like, it doesn't matter to me. And I sent them multiple messages, so it wasn't like I sent them one and it was left on red. And I know they're saying, oh, we get so many messages. Other brands that have far more foot traffic than you do, well, not foot traffic, but online traffic than you do, are able to respond to clients and customers. So don't be acting up, but you were fast to jump in my DMs when I called you out, right? You found my DM real quick. And then I was looking through their feed and I realized that they were kind of performative as far as the Black Lives Matters movement. They posted the black square and pretended that they cared about Black lives, but really and truly we know it was simply performative because they have said nothing since and they could care less. And then in their bio they're saying like cosmetics for all races, shades, or something stupid like that. And I'm just like, what? I don't like performative brands, and I've been cutting off brands left and right that are simply performative, right? And then I realized that they posted this random swatch, dark skin swatch from Legally Black Beauty, and I'm like, how is this so just random? I knew that it was her personal swatch. Like, she does swatches on her own Instagram account for Black Beauty. She's like, I don't see anybody out here promoting us. So she's taking it up on herself to provide swatches on darker skin out of her own pocket. She's buying these things and swatching them, right? And she had confirmed that she was not paid for that swatch photo. She was not even asked if they can repost her photo after actually leaving her on red as well, because they were trying to bargain with her on the price for her swatch photos, and they wanted to lowball her and pay her like $10 a photo, $20 or $10 a photo. And it's like, come on, man, pay black creators their worth. You say you're so busy. If you're so busy, then you should have money available to pay for swatches on dark skin because you are pretending that you care about dark skin. So work on that. But I've seen that they have been trying to post swatches, but again, it is performative, and I think they only did it because they were called out. Because as soon as my video went live and people were going on their page and saying like, yo, what the hell is going on? Now all of a sudden they want to step it up and post swatches. That don't seem sketchy to you? Like, all this time nothing was done, but as soon as somebody with an audience, and I don't even have a large audience, called you out, now you want to post swatches. Like, how convenient that these swatches all of a sudden showed up. You claim to have black friends and you love the black community, so you couldn't find somebody to do swatches? Are you serious? And you were trying to lowball people, like pay them nothing? You're paying them dust for their work? Get out of here with that foolishness. So I am not giving Give Me Glow a second chance at this moment. I still have eyeshadows in my collection that I will use on my personal time, but I will not be promoting them on this channel. In the future, I don't know what might change because I really love their formulation, but I'm just, the vibe. You know how your spirit not text somebody and you feel the vibe? Trust your gut. Trust your gut. I tell people this all the time. Trust your gut. If your gut says something ain't savory in the sauce, trust it. Don't eat the sauce. So I'm not not giving them a second chance. I might change my mind in the future because I am human. I'm allowed to change my mind. So if that changes, I'll let you know. Then last up, let's talk about it. Natasha Denona. I've mentioned this so many times. There are new people to my channel that are like, what happened with Natasha Denona? Long story short, I did a review video for her original 28 pan eyeshadow palettes when it had the older formulation. So this is when they initially launched on Beautylish, and I was so excited to get them. These are the $239 palettes, right? They were just trying to get rid of old stock. So the palettes I got had an older formulation that had parabens in it, and I was just not impressed with the price point and then the formulation. So I said what I said, and I still stand by that video, and you can come find me. Since then, she has changed the formulation, changed her packaging. She has kind of rebranded a little bit too, because now she has much more affordable, right? Whatever. She has lower priced palettes that are more accessible for more people. So now she's trying to cater to a more consumer base, but yet she was getting all loud in her comments on her Instagram with one of her followers about how I was unprofessional, so I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And nobody was atting me, okay? No one atting me. No one was adding me until my subscribers went over there and they're like, Tina, you see what she going on over there talking about you? I'm like, she better keep my name out her mouth before I go over to IMAX and snatch her up. Like, calm down. Okay, so she was over there like bad mouthing me with one of her followers that was stalking me on my channel and like leaving comments left and right. I deleted, blocked. They were coming up with new accounts and all of these things. And they just said really nasty things over there, and she was liking the comments and like responding like, yeah, I agree with you. And I'm like, you nasty bitch. So since then, I've cut her off. She called me unprofessional, and she also called me pathetic. So fuck you, Natasha Denona, and your mama too. And come to find out, Cora from Vintage or Tacky, she's an old school YouTuber as well. She recently came out with a video where she talked about how Natasha Denona treated her dirty at a Beautylish event when she just launched her brand. Listen, Natasha Denona is uppity, and she thought she was better than everybody else because she is a professional makeup artist and she's been around in the industry, and she is catering to professionals. So she thought influencers were beneath her unless they had millions of subscribers like Jaclyn Hill and Kathleen Light. She was like, oh, these two love my products and they bought it themselves, so Tina doesn't know what the fancy face, she called me, you know, don't know what she's talking about, which is fine, that's the name of my channel. She's like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. I'm like, Kathleen Lights is not even a professional. She's not a makeup artist, so she don't know what she's talking about either then, huh? You stupid. And then Jaclyn Hill, yeah, she was at MAC. Was she at MAC? Was it MAC? Yeah, she was at MAC for a little bit, but that doesn't make her like a professional makeup artist. Like, shut the hell up. Like, she was going into a consumer-driven store like Sephora and an online retailer like Beautylish, and she had the nerve to kind of talk down to people who were going to purchase her products and people that were going to use her products and promote it. So she could kick all the rocks. I'm still not supporting her. I have considered it. I've considered it all along. Like, I see her palettes, I see her color stories, and I'm like, you know what, she does nice color stories. I'm not gonna lie, like, I give credit where credit is due, but you can still kick rocks because I don't care how great your formulation is. I don't care how nice your color stories are. You are nasty. And there's a second person that's an OG in this community that I trust that said you were also nasty to her. So I am paying Natasha Denona dust. She could kick rocks and she could kick her little dusty ass palettes to the side. I don't care. I do not care. Natasha Denona, no ma'am, you will get no love from me. No second chance. I don't give a damn. And I don't mind if you guys like play with Natasha. That's fine. Okay, my friends can play with people that I don't care about. It doesn't affect you personally, and I understand sometimes things need to affect you personally for you to take a stand, or you just need to feel moved in that direction, and I understand that completely, okay? People make their own decisions, and there is no tiff here. If you love Natasha Denona, go ahead. I still love you too. We can disagree on some things and still be cool, unless you voted for Trump or you're transphobic, homophobic, or if you have issues with women talking about their WAP. I'm just saying, okay? If you're one of those, no. If you're racist, oh, you're all of these things. A bigot, no, we can't deal. But you can have like simple disagreements about makeup. Like, it's makeup. Like, it's not that, sometimes it's serious, but it's not that serious. You know what I mean? So we can have disagreements there and still get along. So those are the brands that I've considered giving a second chance to. That some of them I'm like maybe, and then others I'm like, oh hell no. So let me know what brands you guys have given a second chance to, or you're considering giving a second chance to, because you know there's sometimes we get out of things and they've glowed up and they've changed and they show you that they've changed and you're like, all right, I'll let you back in. So let me know what you guys think. I will go ahead and leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. I was about to choke, child. I was squeezing out those last words. Child, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you now. Stay safe and sane. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.